The birth of gelato. Introduction to gelato. Welcome to the sweet and delightful world of gelato. Gelato is not just ice cream. It's a traditional Italian frozen dessert known for its smooth, creamy texture and intense flavors. It is made with milk, cream, sugar, and flavored with fruit and nuts. What makes gelato special is its lower amount of air and fat compared to regular ice cream, which makes it denser and more flavorful. Gelato comes from the word gelare, which means to freeze in Italian. It is a treat loved by people of all ages and has become a symbol of Italian craftsmanship in the culinary arts. When you take a spoonful of gelato, you can taste the care and tradition that goes into making it. In Italy, gelato is more than a dessert. It's a part of everyday life. You'll find gelaterias or gelato shops on almost every street corner, each with a variety of colors and flavors on display. From classic flavors like vanilla and chocolate to more unique ones like pistachio and tiramisu, there's a gelato for everyone. In this story, we're going to dive into the history of gelato, how it's made, and why it has captured the hearts of so many. So let's take a journey to Italy and learn about the delicious world of gelato together. History of gelato. Gelato has a story as rich as its flavors. It all started in Italy many, many years ago. Some say that the history of gelato goes back to ancient Rome, where famous leaders like Caesar enjoyed snow from the mountains, mixed with fruit and honey. But the real story of gelato as we know it began during the Renaissance, a time when art and science flourished in Italy. In the 16th century, in the beautiful city of Florence, a man named Bernardo Buontalenti, a talented artist and designer, was asked to prepare a feast for the visiting Spanish king. Buontalenti wanted to create something spectacular, so he mixed snow from the mountains with sugar, honey, egg, and fruit, creating a frozen dessert that delighted the king and his guests. This was one of the first times someone made gelato similar to how we enjoy it today. Buontalenti's creation became famous throughout Italy. Soon, other Italian chefs began making their own versions of gelato, experimenting with new flavors and ingredients. They found that by using milk and cream, they could make gelato even creamier and tastier. As the years went by, gelato spread from the royal courts to the streets of Italy. Gelato makers, known as gelatieri, took great pride in their work, crafting each batch by hand with natural ingredients. They kept their recipes secret, passing them down through the family. In the 1920s and 1930s, gelato became more popular when the first gelato cart was introduced. These carts, pushed through the streets, allowed everyone to enjoy gelato, not just the rich. Children would run up to the cart, coins in hand, ready for a scoop of their favorite flavor. During this time, gelato shops, called gelaterias, also began to open. These gelaterias became social spots where people could meet, talk, and enjoy gelato together. They were not just places to eat, they were part of the community. Today, gelato is still made with the same care and passion. It remains a symbol of Italian tradition, with gelatieri continuing to create new flavors and combinations, while still respecting the old ways. In the next section, we will learn about what makes gelato different from other frozen desserts, and why its unique qualities make it so loved around the world. Join us as we continue to explore the delicious and fascinating world of gelato. Gelato versus ice cream. Now let's discover what makes gelato different from ice cream, which is another frozen dessert that many people enjoy. First, gelato has less fat than ice cream. While ice cream is made with a lot of cream, gelato uses more milk. This makes gelato lighter and helps to bring out the flavors more. Imagine tasting a spoonful of gelato, and feeling the real taste of fresh strawberries or pure chocolate, without it being hidden by the taste of fat. Second, gelato is churned at a slower speed than ice cream. Churning is the process of mixing the dessert while it freezes. Because gelato is churned slowly, it has less air whipped into it, making it denser than ice cream. When you eat gelato, you may notice it feels more smooth and silky than ice cream. Third, gelato is served at a slightly warmer temperature than ice cream. This means when you eat gelato, it's not as cold and it melts in your mouth quickly, letting you enjoy the full flavor right away. So, in summary, gelato is different from ice cream in three main ways. It has less fat, it's denser because it has less air, and it's served a little warmer, making the taste and texture unique. Gelato is not just another kind of ice cream. It is a special treat with its own history and way of making. It gives us not just a cold dessert, but a rich experience full of flavor. In the next part of our story, we will look at how gelato is made. We will see the careful process that goes into making each batch and why this process is so important to create the gelato that so many people love. Join us as we step into the world of gelatieri, the masters of gelato making. Making of gelato. The making of gelato is an art that has been perfected over many generations. To create gelato that is smooth, creamy, and bursting with flavor, gelatieri, the skilled artisans who make gelato, follow a special process. The first step in making gelato is choosing the right ingredients. The best gelato is made from fresh, high-quality milk, sweet cream, and natural flavoring such as ripe fruits, rich chocolate, or crunchy nuts. Gelatieri are very careful about what they use because the quality of the ingredients is what makes gelato so delicious. Once the ingredients are ready, they are mixed together. This mixture is known as the base of the gelato. The base is then slowly heated to just the right temperature. Heating the mixture is important because it helps combine all the ingredients perfectly. If the temperature is too high or too low, the gelato won't have the right texture. After heating, the base must be cooled down quickly. This is a crucial step because cooling it quickly helps to keep the gelato smooth. If it cools too slowly, ice crystals might form, and that would make the gelato crunchy instead of creamy. Now comes the churning. The cool base is put into a machine that stirs it gently while it keeps getting colder. Remember, gelato is churned more slowly than ice cream. This slow churning is what makes gelato dense and silky. It's also during this time that the gelatieri add the flavors to the base. They pour in pureed fruits for fruity gelato, or they might fold in pieces of chocolate or cookies for a chunky texture. Once the gelato is churned, it's not ready to eat just yet. It needs to be placed in a freezer to become more firm. But unlike ice cream, gelato doesn't stay in the freezer for too long. If it gets too hard, it loses the softness that makes it special. When the gelato has set, it's finally ready to be served. Gelatieri often use a spatula to scoop it because gelato is too soft for an ice cream scoop. They shape it into beautiful, smooth mounds that look as good as they taste. The last part of the gelato making process is perhaps the most important, the serving. Gelato must be served with care and love. The gelatieri take pride in presenting their gelato, often decorating it with fresh fruits, drizzles of chocolate, or little cookies. This is the moment when the gelato goes from being a mixture of ingredients to a work of art. Gelato is not just made, it's crafted. Every batch tells a story of tradition, passion, and creativity. It's a dessert that requires patience and attention to detail. And when done right, the result is a creamy, flavorful treat that brings joy to those who taste it. In our next section, we will explore the experience of tasting gelato and how to savor each spoonful to appreciate the rich flavors and textures that make gelato an extraordinary dessert. Join us as we step into the world of gelatieri, the masters of gelato making. Tasting gelato. Tasting gelato is an experience that delights all the senses. When you walk into a gelateria, the first thing you notice is the vibrant colors of gelato in the display case. Each color represents a different flavor, from deep brown chocolate to bright red strawberry. The variety is a feast for the eyes. Before you taste gelato, take a moment to smell it. Every scoop has a unique aroma that hints at its flavor. If it's fruit gelato, you might smell the sweetness of ripe berries. If it's a nut flavor, you could catch the rich scent of roasted almonds or pistachios. Now the best part, the taste. When you take a spoonful of gelato, let it sit on your tongue for a moment. Unlike ice cream, gelato is not too cold, so the full flavor comes through immediately. It's creamy and melts quickly in your mouth, leaving a smooth feeling and a taste that lingers. To truly enjoy gelato, pay attention to the texture. Gelato should be dense and silky. There's a balance between being solid and melting away, which gelato masters perfectly. This texture is part of what makes eating gelato so satisfying. And let's not forget about the aftertaste. Good gelato leaves a pleasant flavor in your mouth even after you've finished it. This aftertaste is a sign of quality ingredients and the skill of the gelatieri. Eating gelato is about enjoying the moment. It's not just a dessert. It's a break from the busy day, a small treat that brings a smile to your face. Whether you choose a cone or a cup, alone or with friends, tasting gelato is a joyful and memorable experience. In the following section, we will step into the heart of Italian culture and see how gelato plays a role in daily life and special events. We'll learn about the tradition of gelaterias and how they've become gathering places for people to enjoy time together. Gelato culture in Italy. In Italy, gelato is more than just a dessert. It's a way of life. The culture of gelato in Italy is rich and cherished, woven into the everyday fabric of life and the rhythm of Italian society. Gelaterias, the special shops where gelato is made and sold, are common sights in Italian towns and cities. These shops are not just places to buy gelato, they are social spaces where friends meet, families gather, and life's small pleasures are enjoyed. The atmosphere in a gelateria is usually friendly and welcoming, with the sweet aroma of gelato in the air and the sound of happy chatter. Italian gelaterias often have a variety of flavors on display, from classic favorites like vanilla and chocolate to seasonal specialties made with local fruits. Some gelaterias even offer savory gelatos made with cheese or herbs. The artistry of gelato making is on full display, with beautifully crafted swirls and an array of toppings and sauces to add a personal touch to your treat. It's common for Italians to enjoy gelato as a pause in their day, perhaps taking a break from shopping or as an after-dinner delight. Walking along the cobbled streets with a gelato cone in hand is a simple joy that many Italians indulge in. It's not just about the taste. It's about taking a moment to slow down and savor life. Children, too, are enamored with gelato. Their faces light up at the sight of a gelateria, and choosing a flavor can be a serious decision. For children, gelato is synonymous with celebration and happiness, often associated with birthdays, holidays, or a reward for good grades. In addition to daily life, gelato plays a part in special occasions and festivals. During local festivities, gelaterias often become even busier, serving up festive flavors and becoming part of the celebration. Some towns even have gelato festivals, where the community comes together to celebrate this beloved treat, and gelatieri compete to showcase their most creative flavors. The tradition of gelato making and enjoying is passed down through generations. Many gelaterias in Italy are family-run businesses, with secrets of the craft handed down from parent to child. This continuity ensures that the authentic experience of enjoying gelato remains a cherished part of Italian culture. Next, we will explore how this delightful Italian tradition has spread across the world, becoming a global phenomenon while still maintaining its authentic charm. We'll see how different countries have embraced gelato and made it their own, adding a local twist to this Italian classic. Global spread of gelato. Gelato, which began as an Italian treasure, has traveled across oceans and borders to win hearts around the world. Today, you can find gelato in many countries, each adding its own local flavor to this classic treat. As gelato spread from Italy to other parts of the world, it brought with it the traditions and passion of Italian gelatieri. In many cities outside of Italy, gelaterias have opened, run by Italians who wanted to share their love for gelato with new friends and neighbors. They brought with them the same dedication to quality and flavor that is found in Italy. In these new places, gelato was welcomed with enthusiasm. People loved its rich taste and creamy texture. But they also began to experiment, creating new flavors using local ingredients. In tropical countries, you might find gelato made with fresh mango, coconut, or passion fruit. In places with cooler climates, there might be gelato flavored with local berries or fruits that grow well there. Gelato makers in these countries learned from the Italian tradition and then added their own creativity. This combination of Italian craftsmanship and local influences led to a wonderful variety of gelatos. Now, gelato is not just an Italian dessert. It has become a part of the culinary culture in many parts of the world. Gelato festivals and competitions have also become popular worldwide, celebrating the art and joy of gelato making. These events are a testament to how gelato has been embraced globally and how it brings people together, no matter where they come from. The international love for gelato shows that good food knows no boundaries. It can cross lands and seas to bring joy and sweetness everywhere it goes. Next, we will look at how gelato makers today are combining tradition with modern values, like sustainability and using organic ingredients. We'll see how the art of gelato is evolving while staying true to its roots, and how artisanal gelaterias are making a comeback in a world that values handcrafted quality. Sustainability and artisanal production. In recent years, there has been a wonderful movement in the world of gelato, a focus on sustainability and the return of artisanal or handmade gelato. This means that gelatieri are not just making gelato that tastes good, but also gelato that is good for the planet and for people. Sustainability means taking care of the environment. Gelatieri who believe in sustainability use ingredients that are grown without harming nature. They choose fruits, nuts, and milk from farms that look after the earth, using less water and no harmful chemicals. This is not only better for our planet, but it also makes the gelato healthier and more delicious. Artisanal gelato means it is made by hand, not in big factories. Artisan gelatieri use traditional methods to create their gelato. They measure, mix, and taste everything themselves, ensuring that each batch of gelato is perfect. This handcrafted approach is a celebration of the gelato-making art, honoring the methods passed down through generations. Many gelatieri are also using organic ingredients, which are grown without artificial chemicals. Using organic ingredients shows respect for the environment and for the health of customers. It also often results in better flavors, creating gelato that truly stands out. In addition to being environmentally friendly, many gelaterias are now embracing local ingredients, which supports farmers and producers in their communities. This not only helps the local economy, but also reduces the need to transport ingredients over long distances, which is better for the environment. The artisanal gelato movement is also about creativity. Artisan gelatieri experiment with unusual combinations and unique flavors, offering a personal touch that you won't find in mass-produced gelato. As we look to the future, the principles of sustainability and artisanal production are setting a new standard for how gelato is made. It's a reminder that the best food is made with care, not just for the taste, but for the world around us. In our final section, we'll imagine the future of gelato. We will explore how this beloved dessert will continue to evolve and bring joy to people around the world. The future of gelato. Looking ahead, the future of gelato is as bright and exciting as its flavors. Gelato has always been about innovation, and now, with new technology and a passion for sustainability, we can expect even more delicious and eco-friendly creations. Gelatieri around the world are experimenting with new ingredients and methods to make gelato that is good for both people and the planet. The next wave of gelato may include more plant-based options, catering to those who do not eat dairy. These vegan gelatos use ingredients like almond milk, coconut milk, and fruit juices to create the creamy texture gelato is known for. There will also be a greater emphasis on local and organic ingredients, reducing the environmental impact and supporting local farmers. As we become more connected globally, flavors from different countries will influence gelato traditions, bringing exotic tastes to our palates. Imagine scooping into a gelato flavored with Japanese matcha, Brazilian acai, or Middle Eastern dates. Gelato is not just keeping up with the times, it's leading the way in the culinary world. It remains a simple pleasure that brings a moment of happiness to our busy lives. Gelato's future is about combining the joy of the past with the innovations of tomorrow, ensuring that every spoonful is a taste of something wonderful. Conclusion. Gelato, with its rich history and delicious taste, has captured the hearts of people everywhere. From its beginnings in Italy to its place in the world today, gelato is more than just a dessert. It's an experience, a craft, and a slice of culture. As we've seen, gelato is evolving, embracing new trends while staying true to its roots. It's a symbol of tradition and a canvas for creativity, proving that great things stand the test of time. Gelato is a timeless treat that will continue to bring sweetness and joy to generations to come. Let's keep savoring the flavor of life, one scoop of gelato at a time.